Good day, everybody. Welcome to Barber Dave's Barbershop at Home. We are on day 10. Yes, today I got it right. Day 10 of the tour of Saponificio Varesino. And with only one day left, we're bringing out the heavy hitters. And both of these today, we will do the soap, the aftershave, and the EDP, which is important. There's only 3 EDPs, Apuntia, Desert Vetiver, and Cubebe. Also, you want to stick around till the end of the video, as I've got an announcement on the next shootout that's been requested by some of my viewers, as well as the frequency of how often I put out videos. So, today, we are going to be using, as I said, Cubebe. Now, Cubebe is a special edition that came out in 2019, and if you've kind of noticed a trend here, Saponificio Varesino usually comes out with one soap a year, and it's usually a special edition due to something that's going on. Cubebe is actually interesting because the fragrance is inspired by Pepe de Java, which is the Piper Cubebe, which is a pepper. It's actually the odor of the Java pepper in Java, and in Sumatra, Cubebe is described as agreeable, aromatic, and the taste is pungent, acrid, slightly bitter, and persistent. So this is a very peppery soap, but it's toned down. If you know what allspice tastes like, it's got that kind of aroma to it, what allspice is like. And that mixed with some black pepper, some Manoi de Tahiti, which is basically Tahitian Gardenia mixed with coconut oil, gives a smoothness to this. So it does have a very, very smooth, creamy finish in all aspects of the soap itself, as well as the thing. Now, this is a beta 4.3, and so it's very citrusy, balsamic. It's got the notes are bergamot, lemon, and white fir on the top end, so you get a very citrusy, but you also get a little bit of some greenery. In the middle, you have pepper and nutmeg, which kind of starts getting that Cubebe flavor to it. And then on the bottom, you have patchouli, vetiver, Labdanum, and Benzoin. Now, these two right here, people don't realize, but as far as the Labdanum, it's a species of the rock rose shrub. Okay, it's sticky, it's a resin, and so it's very medicinal. So it's in the amber family, and it helps with skin irritation, anti-aging. And benzoin is another resin from the styrex plant, which is very, very ugly looking, but it helps in the antiseptic property. So this is a very, very healthy soap. Right out of the gate, you get the creaminess, you get the pepper, you definitely get the Cubebe, and you get some of the citrus playing around in the end to give it a fresh type scent. So very wonderful all the way around. Once again, it is 4.3. So for our tools today, it's an all SV shave. Boom, we are going to use the Leonardo da Vinci 6/8 full belly hollow that was made by Korat for SV. And in speaking to Marco, yes, there is going to be another edition, not of the Leonardo, but the next step, but that'll probably be down the road a ways, because we're hoping that the next big thing is the 70th EDP. We're hoping. For the brush, we're using the SV 2.0 in ebony. The aftershave, once again, is a Cubebe in the newer bottles. And then the big news today will be the EDP for the Cubebe. Now, this is 4 ounces, and I think it's right around $75, $80. And if you look at the size of this compared to some of the other EDPs, this is a great, great value. The packaging is beautiful, done in a gunmetal gray, and the atomizer is not too crazy. So that's the good news there. Lots of little announcements on the forum today. If you've not done so yet, please go to the darkroom and vote for your photo. This was sunsets and sunrises. These guys spend time going out and taking pictures, so please support them. And sooner or later, those things are going to end up in a calendar, a TSC calendar. Also, for those of you that take part in the Zoom calls, the frequency of the Zoom calls as of July 1 will be changing a little bit. You know, as things open up, people going back to work, you know, the weekly ones are a little bit of a, you know, they can be a little tough to manage because Chad and I manage both of them. Both will still continue. The Sunday calls will be managed by me. And of course, the Wednesday calls will be managed by Chad. And they're a little bit different. So that was probably, what, 10, 15 seconds? That's all we need as far as loading. Now this video might be a little bit longer because I am doing a straight shave today, but we'll see. Get all that goodness off the puck. Now this, like the Desert Vetiver and the Opuntia, very smooth on the face. This one I would say is a little softer on the face than Opuntia. The fragrance, however, is a little lighter because it's different. It's more creamy in nature. But it's a lather monster. And it will make a little bit of a storage area here. I want to say thank you to all those that have gotten their shave shirts. So far we've seen the orange, which I think Dave in Kentucky and myself have, that is our favorite. And then, and like I said, with this soap, lots of lather storage. And then I think Rich has a black one. Excuse me, not a black one, a red one, which he was sporting yesterday. That looks good. And then I've got a black one, and I think we'll probably see some more because after this series, this one will be patinaed enough to throw in the washer. The soap on this specific one, I loaded way too much. I mean, there is just soap flying everywhere. And I'm a sloppy latherer anyways, but just tremendous. Once again, usually two shots of water is more than enough. And I thin this one out a little bit because I am using a straight razor. And I like the lather a little bit slicker and wetter with that. Kind of outline our shaving area. I only do this with a straight razor because it gives me kind of a guide to go on. I don't do it with a DE. And to Dangerous Dawn, like I said, send me your address so I can get you the ASD too. I'm probably going to shave with it two more times, but that's definitely going to end up in my wheelhouse for sure. Okay, it's been a while since I've shaved with a straight. About a week, well, 10 days. Okay, here we go. As is typical with SV or any collaboration that SV does, the quality of the product is fantastic. Now, those of you that are straight shavers know Korat's reputation, and there is no doubt that this is the Korat. And if you are a straight shaver and have never shaved with a full belly hollow, you're in for a treat. The Cubebe, you get hints of it while you're shaving. Like I said, it is light, but it's not your typical Italian colonia either. It's a very, very warm scent. Under normal circumstances, I would probably wear this only in the winter. Not something I would probably wear in the summer, at least here in Arizona. And I apologize for the lateness of this video. As of the taping of it, it's about 11 o'clock. I had stuff to do around the ranch this morning. Still clearing out brush because we're still in the fire zone. Post-pass slickness is as expected with 4.3, and it's just wonderful. I mean, you can see the shininess of it. We'll go ahead and strop 10 and 10. And reapply. Many people had seen Josh's new video where he explained the time involved in doing a good production video. And you may have noticed on my videos, and the reason why I've been able to pump these out day after day is I'm not using the same video editing process, which means I can't speed up like I've had before. And it's pretty much directly off my iPhone and iMovie. It makes, you know, a video that under my normal videos would take, figure a half an hour to shoot, roughly, 10 to 15 minutes to shoot to a half an hour, then another 2 hours in editing, and then another 2 hours to render. And then once it renders, then you have to upload it to YouTube. So it takes a while, especially if you're using Cyberlink, which is the fastest video editing software on the market right now. If you're trying to use Final Cut or any of the Adobe products, you could be talking days before a video gets up. So that was part of the issue, and I really feel for Josh, because I know exactly how you feel. I could chew up a whole day just getting videos out, where I can get a video out, before I even go to work now. So that's part of it. The post-stage slickness is wonderful, and like the Apuntia, you're starting to get some of the lower middle notes and bass notes as we proceed through this shave. But it was of the 4.3s, Cubebe is probably the lightest of the scents. However, it's also one of the most unique. Very refined, very high scale, I would say. And what I mean by this is, this would be something you'd want to use if you're going out on a night out of town. It's very sophisticated, very dressy is what I would call it. Peppery vanilla, and I say vanilla, but it's not vanilla, it's a creamy note. Also, when talking about straight shaving, probably should have waited till I shaved my lip to try to talk, so give me a second. There's two trains of thought when it goes to straight shaving. One is that you use the front third of the blade. In fact, there are many razor makers that will ask during their process if you want to have full blade sharpness, third blade sharpness, quarter blade sharpness, because there's two trains of thought. 1 second. We'll strop real quick. So when you're navigating, becoming a straight shaver, you're going to hear a lot of different stuff. And some avid straight shavers will say you only shave with the front third of the blade. I disagree. I think you should use the entire blade because that's what it's there for. And with the different angles and the different hand positions, it makes it better when it comes to honing because you don't have to hone as often. Like I said, this razor's never been honed other than my initial honing and a couple of touch-ups. That's it, just stropping. Because a good quality blade and a good quality metal will hold its edge a long time. But having, you know, one side not one side, but one part of the blade that's dull and one part of the blade that's sharp, I don't know. I think it creates bad habits. Now, granted, I shave with both hands, so there may be some validity to that. But I just think it's better without. No matter what you do to try to thin this lather out, it's just volume. It's still thinner than most at the third pass, but I mean, if I keep building it, it's just going to keep building. And what I'm getting now is a little bit of cooling. Now it's probably because of the pressure of the straight razor, and I'm really getting it into the pores for the final pass. But I'm starting to get the patchouli and the other items, but still that creaminess is really front and center. It reminds me very much of Penhaligon's Elixir, which I've described in my other videos as being very church-like. In fact, it reminded me of the smells of the Vatican in St. Peter's Basilica with the cement and the granite and the incense. This one's not quite as incensey, if that's a word, but it's very, very reminiscent of that. In fact, this probably, if I was to describe Cubebe as a specific scent, it would be Rome. So if you're looking to see what it's like and get the flavor of Rome, in all its glory, Cubebe is definitely one of them. So back to what we were talking about as far as the straight razor, if you notice, I use pretty much the entire blade at different points in time. And it makes the shave more efficient, I believe. And easier overall. Because it allows you to take different parts of the blade and get the angles necessary. Plus, if you do a scything action, which I do, which I feel that is necessary in both DE shaving and SE and straight razor shaving, I think that doing a scything action helps. However, the one negative side is if when you do use the whole blade, you have a tendency to catch yourself sometimes. And anybody or any straight razor shaver that says they don't catch themselves is crazy. or lying. Okay, 3 passes. A little bit of cleanup. And this you could feasibly clean up with water only. It's that slick. However, I've got so much lather here. In fact, I'll probably do a final rinse with the lather because it's just, I created a ton of it today. And another reason why I like, you know, using the whole blade is you can get it into angles for cleanup. That you wouldn't be able to do normally. Plus, as most of you know, during the cleanup, I flat blade. Both up and back, and you could not do that if you only have a blade that is partially honed. But it's your shave. But I also find that with a full blade honing and sharpening, that you can buff. And I have been doing the fool's pass a little bit. Just to get that final finish. Okay. And Leonardo did it again. Just a fantastic shave. And we'll see how the rinse is. Wow. Good shave. BS for sure. Now, as I said, that was, you saw the load that I did, and that's what's left. So you don't even need to load it that much. And since I've got so much, you could feasibly use this, and I know some people do, as aftershave alone by pressing it in to the skin, because it's got all that lovely skin properties in it. Plus you really get the scent towards the end. Now, like the Apuntia, you could, like I said, you could use this as your aftershave and just dry. Or if you want a clean rinse, you have to rinse a few times. But once you do, the skin properties are just tremendous. As I said, I think this is more for a cool weather. Although you can, I mean, if I'm wearing it today in 100, and as of, by the way, you guys should know, as of 10:30 this morning, it was 105 degrees out. We're headed towards 110 today, which isn't good for the fires. Yeah, just tremendous hydration. Wow. Okay, we're going to use the aftershave once again, and we will use the Boro talc before we do the EDP. Once again, with everything SV, shake it up really good. Lots of good plant extracts and oils and essential oils and so forth, so make sure you shake it up real well. On the newer bottles, be careful of the reducer. Now, I can tell you that a reducer from a Panade bottle and some of the other plastic bottles will fit in this and make it smaller, so you can do that as well. As I have mentioned before, this is kind of between an EDT, a balm, and a regular lotion. So make sure you rub it in completely. And what that also does is it breaks up some of the molecules in the fragrances to let them stick around. Because as you know, all this stuff is, you know, chemicals are chains. And by agitating it, it breaks some of those chemical bonds and allows the scents to come out a little bit more. Now this one is a little bit more moisture driven. So you will get, the dry down will take a little bit longer, but like I said here, when we're 3% humidity, it's dry. Yeah, it's done. So I apologize, this video probably went a little bit longer, but I wanted to get some information out there. Okay, cloud time. And if you're looking for a fragrance or a talc that does not interfere with any of the flavorings of these soaps, Boro Talco is very good. Very light, powdery scent until SV comes out, right, Marco, Alessandro? Until SV comes out with some talcs, we hope, at some point in time. They dislike me because I bug them constantly to come out with new stuff. But I'm a fanboy and a brand ambassador, so I believe it. Oh, just absolutely wonderful. And what's neat about the Boro Talco is it mixes with the scents that are already there and just makes a nice, even a creamier finish to it. Okay, so as far as the EDP, this is a true EDP. It's not quite an extract, but it's strong. And the sprayer is pretty good. Usually 1 to 3 sprays per heat spot is all you need. And it is just, oh, it's tremendous. Okay, that's it for the SV Shave. I would say Cubebe is definitely a warm weather scent. So those of you people that have been blaming me that your wallets are getting scary because of these recommendations, you can hold off until the winter months. But tomorrow you're going to want to buy. Go figure. So tomorrow will be the finish. It will be day 11. And we have completed the entire tour of SV. Hopefully that's helped you guys. All these things are posted. And I will do the same thing I did with the other ones, and it'll be in shootout format. So it'll kind of rate everything together. Now, going forward, I've been asked by some of my viewers and somebody on the cadre to do another Titan shootout. Now, recently, Ariane and Evans came out with Kaizen. And the claims that are being made that it is one of the best, if not the best, soap base on the market today. Bold statement. Now, I have tried a small sample that somebody had sent to me, and it was okay. Nothing wrong with it. However, I am of a firm belief that a sample does not give you the true feeling of a soap, because it's smaller concentration, it's tiny, it's leached a little bit. It doesn't give you all the stuff, plus with the aftershave and stuff like that. So here's what we're going to do. The bold statement that made by Kaizen, I mentioned this in my blog, is that the little Japanese muse is going to take on the big guys. And here who she's taking on. She's going to take on Panacrema Nuavia Verde, CBL's best formula soap. And I'm going to go through and see which one I like. Ethos Lime, Apuntia, SV Apuntia, and MDC, their original version. So that's a big card to go against. Now, there are some other ones like ABC, Antibaricala, that I don't have, but these are my Titans. And so we're going to see if Kaizen can compare. Now, as far as the video frequency, I will do a video for Kaizen. I won't do a video for the other ones because I've done videos on all these other soaps and to give you guys a break. But I will post the current results in my video format. And then also I'll probably only be putting out videos once or twice a week from here on forward. As most of you know, I'm opening up a brand new barbershop, and that's going to take up some time. And I want to get back to the production quality that I had before. So probably Sundays and Mondays will probably be the videos. So as always, TSC members, we thank you so much for being members of the TSC and supporting the TSC. If you've not been to the TSC before, please join us at www.theshavingcadre.com. We'd love to have you take part in it. And if you're looking for any of these SV products, please check with your local retailer, or you can go direct at www.saponificio.com/online store. I've been forgetting to put that in there, but you can get there either way. So once again, I hope you guys have a wonderful, terrific Tuesday, and thanks for joining us at Barbershop Dave's Barbershop at Home.